Chapter 1. Shadows over Saffron. The sun cast a golden hue over the skyline of Saffron Shadows, a city renowned for merging tradition with modernity. Its towering skyscrapers housed state-of-the-art technology, while at its heart, ancient temples and gardens whispered tales from centuries past. Trainers from all regions aspired to walk its streets, drawn by the allure of advanced training facilities and rare Pokémon sightings. But this morning was different. In the city's central plaza, a young trainer named Mia released her Jigglypuff, expecting the familiar melodious tune. Instead, a dark aura enveloped Jigglypuff, its eyes glowing an eerie red. With an amplified voice, it unleashed a powerful wave, sending nearby trainers flying and causing panic. News spread like wildfire. Reports poured in from every corner of the city. A Gyarados causing havoc in the river, a once docile Butterfree creating whirlwinds in the park, and even the gentlest of Pokémon turning on their trainers. As fear gripped the city, a lone figure sat at a cafe, sipping his oranberry tea. Detective Pikachu, his detective hat slightly tilted, observed the chaos unfolding. His keen eyes darted around, absorbing every detail. The affected Pokémon, their heightened powers, and most intriguingly, the dark aura emanating from the Pokeballs. An elderly trainer, shaking with fear, approached Pikachu. "It's the Pokeballs, Detective. Something's wrong with them. My Machamp, he's never acted like this before." The despair in his voice was evident. Pikachu nodded, his mind already racing. "Every mystery has a solution," he murmured, placing a reassuring paw on the elderly trainer's arm. He set out, moving through the city, witnessing the devastation firsthand. His initial investigations led him to believe that the Pokeballs, once a Pokémon safe haven, were now the very source of the curse. At the heart of Saffron Shadows stood the Grand Library, home to ancient manuscripts and texts. Believing the answer lay in the city's history, Detective Pikachu headed there. Deep within the library, hidden away in a secluded section, he found a book detailing legends of old. One particular legend caught his eye, the legend of the Enigma Alchemist. As night fell, with the city's lights dimmed by the ongoing chaos, Detective Pikachu delved into the tale, hoping to uncover clues to save the city he loved. Little did he know that this was just the beginning of an adventure that would test the very bonds between Pokémon and their trainers. Chapter 2. The Alchemist's Return. The Grand Library of Saffron Shadows was an architectural marvel. Its towering shelves, made of ancient oak, held secrets from centuries past. As the moonlight filtered through the stained glass windows, Detective Pikachu sat immersed in the legend of the Enigma Alchemist. The tale spoke of a brilliant Pokémon alchemist who once roamed the lands, known for crafting the first Pokeballs using natural elements. These balls were not just tools, but sacred objects, ensuring a deep bond between Pokémon and trainers. However, as time passed and technology advanced, the traditional methods were discarded, leading to the alchemist's exile. Filled with bitterness and longing for the old ways, the Enigma Alchemist had sworn to return, vowing that the world would remember the sacredness of the bond it had so carelessly forsaken. As Pikachu pondered the tale, a gust of cold wind blew through the library, extinguishing the candles. Shadows danced across the walls, converging to form a singular, ominous figure, the silhouette of the Enigma Alchemist. "Ah, Detective," the figure intoned, its voice echoing with ancient authority. "I see you've uncovered my tale. This world has forgotten the sanctity of the bond between Pokémon and human. They've forsaken tradition for convenience, and now they shall reap the consequences." Pikachu, ever the detective, responded calmly, "But why punish the Pokémon? They are innocent in all of this." The alchemist's shadowy form seemed to waver, a hint of sorrow in its eyes. "They are not being punished. They are being reminded of their true power, the power that humans have suppressed for far too long." Detective Pikachu, realizing a direct confrontation might be futile, sought to understand more. There must be a way to reverse this, a way to bring back harmony. A soft, mocking laughter filled the room. "Find the lost bond, Detective. Rediscover the true essence of the bond between Pokémon and trainer. Only then might this curse be lifted." With that, the shadow dissipated, leaving Pikachu in contemplative silence. The challenge was clear, to not only solve the mystery of the cursed Pokeballs, but to heal a rift that had grown over centuries. Determined, Pikachu left the library, the first rays of dawn painting the city in hues of gold. The path ahead was uncertain, but one thing was clear. Saffron Shadow's very soul was at stake, and Detective Pikachu was its last hope. Chapter 3. Bonds Tested. The sun rose over Saffron Shadows, casting long silhouettes on the streets below. But the city's usual vibrant energy was muted. Fear was palpable, uncertainty looming like a thick cloud. Trainers hesitated to release their Pokémon, and those who did were met with aggressive, unfamiliar creatures. Detective Pikachu, the weight of the city's hope on his small shoulders, embarked on a mission. He needed to understand the ancient bond between Pokémon and trainers, a bond that had been overshadowed by modern advancements. His journey led him to the heart of the city, to an old arena where battles once weren't just about strength, but about trust and understanding. Here, trainers and Pokémon danced in harmony, understanding each other's moves and feelings without a spoken word. Within this historic setting, Pikachu organized a gathering. Trainers from all over the city came, holding on to their cursed Pokeballs, their faces etched with worry. Pikachu addressed the crowd, his voice echoing through the silence. "We've been given a challenge, to remember the bond we share with our Pokémon, to go beyond mere battles and badges." He urged trainers to recall their first moments with their Pokémon, the initial hesitations, the shared adventures, the trust built over time. "Close your eyes," Pikachu whispered. "Feel that connection, that unspoken promise to stand by each other." As trainers meditated on their memories, something magical began to happen. The dark aura around the cursed Pokeballs began to waver, replaced by a soft, luminescent glow. One by one, Pokémon emerged, not as aggressive beings, but as partners, looking at their trainers with familiar, loving eyes. Yet the curse wasn't fully lifted. The Enigma Alchemist's challenge was deeper than just recalling memories. It was about living them, about reinstating the bond in every action, every battle, every shared moment. Understanding this, Pikachu organized events across the city dance ceremonies, where Pokémon and trainers moved in harmony, trust exercises where they relied solely on each other's instincts, and shared meditation sessions to strengthen their mental bond. The city responded with enthusiasm. Streets were filled with laughter, parks echoed with the joyous cries of Pokémon, and arenas showcased battles that were less about victory and more about mutual respect. As the days passed, the dark cloud over Saffron Shadows began to lift. The curse was weakening, but the final test was yet to come. The bond between Pokémon and trainers was being rediscovered. But would it be enough to fully break the Enigma Alchemist's curse? Chapter 4. Light Beyond the Curse. The vibrant heartbeats of Saffron Shadows pulsed stronger with each passing day. Streets once filled with chaos and fear now resonated with harmony and unity. The bond between Pokémon and trainers was rekindled, illuminating the city's soul. Yet the shadow of the Enigma Alchemist's curse still loomed, a reminder of the final reckoning that awaited. Detective Pikachu, having guided the city through its darkest times, knew that the true confrontation was yet to come. In the midst of the city's celebrations, he ventured to the ancient arena, the very ground where Pokémon and trainers had once showcased their unparalleled bond. It was here that he hoped to confront the Enigma Alchemist for the final time. As the sun set, casting a golden hue over the arena's ancient stones, the Enigma Alchemist's silhouette emerged. "You've done well, Detective," the alchemist's voice echoed, a mix of admiration and melancholy. "But have you truly understood the essence of the bond?" Detective Pikachu, standing tall, responded. "It's not about control or power. It's about trust, understanding, and mutual respect. We had forgotten, but now we remember." The Enigma Alchemist, materializing into a more defined form, revealed an ancient Pokeball in his hand. This was the first, crafted by my hands. It was a symbol of unity, but it became a tool, a mere device. Releasing the Pokeball, a majestic Pokémon, older than time itself, emerged. Its aura was overwhelming, a testament to the pure bond it once shared with trainers. Pikachu, realizing the challenge, beckoned trainers from across the city. One by one, they entered the arena, standing united, their Pokémon by their side. The ancient Pokémon, sensing their genuine intent, began to glow, its aura intertwining with the souls of every Pokémon and trainer present. The Enigma Alchemist, witnessing this spectacle, felt a surge of emotions. Tears streamed down his face as he whispered, "This is the bond I yearned for." As dawn broke, the curse was lifted entirely. The dark aura that once consumed the city was replaced by a luminous glow of unity. The Enigma alchemist, his purpose fulfilled, faded into the annals of history, leaving behind a city forever changed. Detective Pikachu, standing atop the arena, looked over the rejuvenated saffron shadows. The journey had been challenging, but the city had rediscovered its soul. With a contented sigh, he whispered to the wind, "The true strength of saffron shadows lies in its heart." And so, with bonds renewed and lessons learned, Saffron Shadows thrived, its story a testament to the unbreakable bond between Pokémon and trainers.